These the plug rides off the T-Rex?
Off the Rex.
Sounds, the pounds.
Wow.
Man, that was all. There's 3 back ones on the right side.
My fear was based on seeing how hot that power wire got.
Sounds,
That shows that you've had voltage spikes and voltage drops somewhere in the car, somewhere along the line.
I see it again, bro. Check y'all wire and get somebody that's gonna go through y'all car thoroughly. And just because it was done last week, don't mean check it. Don't check it today or don't check it next week before you get in your car. Shit shifts, shit moves. Especially lot of hundreds on me and 20s on me. Closet denim on me. It ain't hard to see my plug be back in that truck. He putting that pressure on me. I'm in that Chevy, just call it a box. 4G, G6 roof in the top. You dumping my shit, I'm spinning a block. It's the switch on that Glock. You wanna see me fall, wanna see you win. We the same, I like competition. I do it to you while you up, knock you down. After that's up, I'm a stone cold nigga. I ain't with that raw rider who got more money, etc., etc. My level's federal. I'm with that need, I'm serving that Keisha, that medical time. Yay. Another day in the life with your boy Sugar Man on there. Y'all already know the vibes, man. We back. Another day in the life. Pull up at my boy Redline Carl, man. We pulling up. Checking up on this Chevy, man. See what kind of news we got. What's up, baby? Good morning. Bright and early, man. We got a long day today, baby. So we coming to see you. I got my boy Lucci in the building today. Y'all know my boy with the twin turbo dunk. They've been showing you a lot of love on there too, bro. Them views up. I mean, they watching, baby. They watching. So y'all know we got the verts coming. We finna actually go check on my vert today too, man. Update coming soon, probably tomorrow on my vert. Me and Lucy finna go up to PC. PC got some good news for us, man. So we finna go up there. I gotta take him some chrome for my car. Lou gotta take him some chrome for his car. He's spraying both our drops. It's the vert season, y'all. 2022, man. We dropping the roof, and we thanking God for all our blessings, bro. That's how we doing it 2022, man. You know the vibes, man. Let's go back in the back and see what Carl's talking about, though, bro. What up, baby boy? You ready for it? What up, bro? Good morning to y'all. How y'all fellas doing today, man? To all my buddies at Redline, man. They've been checking y'all out on the tube, too. So, you know the vibes, man. Let's see what my boy Carl got to say today, man, you know? What we got going here, baby? What's the update on the box Chevy, man?
These plug wires that look amazing.
Whoa. These the plug rides off the T-Rex?
Off the Rex.
Wow.
Man, that was all. There's 3 back ones on the right side where the wire was. Yeah, beautiful wires.
That was that main power wire I was telling you about.
For the sounds?
Well, this is where it pulls into the battery right here.
Battery to the alternator. Oh wait, battery to starter, and then this one went to the alternator that was melted into the battery and looking good.
Did you check the voltage on my alternator?
It's putting out like 13.5 with it running. It should be higher than that. Alternator will probably need a rebuild. But being that it's a special alternator, 240 amp, that's got. There's only a couple select places that can mess with something like that.
Okay. So what is it? What is it supposed to be running at?
14.4, 14.6.
14.6. It's running at 13.5.
Yep. And as soon as you shut it off, the battery voltage is like 11.7, 11.8 instead of 12.6 like it should be.
So it ain't the batteries, is it?
I don't think so, because it's one of those excess power batteries. It could be, but the battery never loses the charge, really. I've never seen it lower than like 11.5, 11.3 maybe. You know, if the battery was deteriorating or if it had a bad cell or bad electrolyte in it.
Because I've been getting texts on my phone. That the battery voltage is low.
Just probably when it was hooked up with the laptop. Because you don't do it with the engine running, you do it with the key on engine off.
Okay.
And I wasn't using the piggyback charger on it just because, you know.
Right
there with that, you don't want any voltage spikes while you're in the programming. So.
Okay. Cool. But that but low voltage should make you lose horsepower though, right?
No.
No. Necessarily just communication with, or like, you know, it's not good on the electronics to be running it because they're made to run it.
The vehicle can technically run anything. They say rule of thumb is 9.7 or more.
Yeah.
But obviously that's like, you know, bare bones, you know, no accessories on or nothing like that.
Right.
So, you know, if you're at 11.5 with the key on, engine off, as soon as you turn the stereo on or something, it's going to drop to 10 or lower, right?
And it should be at
12 to 12.6 key on, engine off. You know, you should have They say it's 12-volt battery. It should be within, a half a volt, high plus or minus.
Right.
Now, as far as with it running with a high output alternator like that, obviously they're regulated down so you don't, melt wires. Even though, obviously that happened here, but I think that was more of a case.
Why did that happen though?
Not enough grounds is what it looked like to me, or not sure enough on the grounds. Like as far as there's. Your different gauge wire. This is
Because I'm looking at this one that's threaded, bro. What the hell is this?
Wire. You can see where if you come back here.
Damn.
That taped up terminal goes right on your positive post here. If you follow where it used to run, that's where that burnt up chunk of wire actually kind of carved its own groove in the battery top. And then that ran down over to the alternator.
Right.
Which obviously now they changed. They put this 0 gauge to the alternator instead of that one, because that one, I don't know if they had that there originally or what. And somebody was like, "Hey, we need heavier duty wire to the alternator because that's gonna melt all the wire with what it's putting out trying to charge the battery."
Right.
So we made the addition. This is the one that you made, correct?
Oh yeah, this is just the starter one that I replaced.
So we replaced the one going out of the starter. Mike had
fire waiting to happen, basically.
Yeah, Mike had a lot of time in this, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I sent you the pictures of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in a video.
Okay, yeah, because the car we could probably push it forward, put it on the rack, but the lock cable is busted on the lift right now, so I don't feel secure putting this thing up on the lift back here. And I had to move it just to get another job done up front there, but either way, so. I did talk to John over at R&D. He's ready and waiting for you to get this thing back up to tip top.
Okay. You actually put a what I see the what is those?
Those are just like they're heat insulated, which is the same stuff I use for the wiring to protect it from the heat. But like versus that side, this side, the headers are closer
to the
and
wire,
tighter than anything else.
And these the ones that was burnt, right?
Oh yeah, these three are the ones that were burnt. I mean you can still see
you
the
can
oil
lose horsepower
like
from that too, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that's you put bigger wires and stuff on there for
It ain't close over here on this side.
Not as close. I mean, it's close, but none of these look bad. There's
yeah, they ain't close to some space over there.
Yeah.
I remember that they was real tight over there.
There's so much other room for air and stuff. Right here, it's
right.
Everything.
So you did replace that clutch, right?
Oh yeah, 4, 5, 6 clutches were overheated. 1, 2, 3, 4 clutches were overheated, and usually that's a symptom of not enough pressure. Now, what controls pressure in the trans is the TECM, the trans computer, and that was losing communication between what the engine computer was saying as far as all the inputs. Input being your right foot, input being however much the map sensor is reading. Throttle position sensor, everything else, that formulates into a parameter GM calls engine load percent.
Right.
It's kind of a generic thing. It's almost like an online algorithm where you try and ask any GM engineer, hey, how do you come up with this percentage? And they kind of, shake their head and look in different directions. They don't really want to give that away.
Right.
That being said, that's the most important thing on any GM vehicle, whether it's stock or modified or whatever. You can have a bad mass airflow sensor in like a van that'll burn a trans up because engine load is thrown off. Okay? So if you're losing communication from what the sensors on the engine are telling the engine computer, and that message is supposed to get relayed to the trans, well, the trans doesn't know how much pressure to give it. So at that point, you got a big heavy car, big heavy wheels, enough horsepower. It's a fatal combination if there's not enough pressure on the trans. It'll just eat itself.
So what now you like on the trans computer now? So is the trans computer good?
Trans computer is brand new. This is a new one, an AC Delco one that we bought as a precautionary thing because.
So you put a new trans computer?
That's correct.
I didn't know it was a trans in the computer.
Oh yeah, it's inside the trans on these. It's a joy. It's.
I was reading my comments and somebody was like, "Get a Holly," and it's like one harness and one computer now or something.
Holly, I don't know if they've come out with one for 6Ls yet. I know that they had one.
Oh, that's why they say go to 4080, so
right.
It won't be a trans in the
Dumb
computer
it down
no more.
At that point, yeah, 6L80. I know there's a company, TIS or TSI, makes a translator for it because, again, this doesn't communicate the traditional way where you have a bundle of 20 wires going on in the trans. There's only 6 wires going in this trans. It all communicates almost like a computer at home, like high-speed data, like almost on a USB. So because of that, we don't know, you can only find out so much info just by reading how much voltage you have on the communication lines and that sort of thing. My fear was based on seeing how hot that power wire got. That shows that you had voltage spikes and voltage drops somewhere in the car, somewhere along the line. Do we trust a trans computer that might have been subjected to that stuff? Do we trust the engine computer that might have been subjected to that stuff? That's part of the reason I want John to go and do a write-all on it, because that'll prove out any and all the modules. We know the trans one's brand new.
Right.
We know that we verified the wiring end-to-end between the two. But because of the tune and because it's a BP automotive computer, even with the GM MDI tool, which is what the dealer uses, the same exact stuff, because it's not a stock file, because it's not a stock tune, this was having trouble communicating with it, even though this is what the manufacturer makes.
Right.
So since John was one that did the tune in the car, spoke to him about this at length, he's gonna do a write-all and write over everything, and we'll be good to go.
Cool.
So I know this has been a crazy process as far as...
But you know what? I really appreciate you, bro, because and I said this on my video when I left, and I was just telling bro, I told him the same thing. I sent him the same picture you sent me. Just because you checked your car and got it wired 30 days ago, that don't mean don't check it today. That don't mean don't check it tomorrow before you get it. That don't mean don't check it next week, because as far as I'm understanding, I could be, but dude, like, I wired your shit right, but now it's like something that burned again totally under the hood from somewhere out of nowhere, and we didn't want to know if you wouldn't have took the time and went through this. So, like you said, it's a lot of hours and just getting the car correct, man, to be able to go out of town and beat on it. I just seen 2 cars burning up on the internet a couple days ago, and I stressed to people, man, how important it is to get you somebody that's gonna go through your vehicle and not just in it for the money.
Oh, yeah.
Because shit getting out of control, and I didn't even know any of this. We coming for a trans, and I'm so thirsty to really just like get my trans going, that I didn't even see this other shit going on. So to y'all out there, I say it again, bro. Check y'all wire and get somebody that's gonna go through y'all car thoroughly. And just because it was done last week, don't mean check it. Don't check it today or don't check it next week before you get in your car. Shit shifts, shit moves, especially when you got horsepower and the car shifting left and right. Things move, belts break, things that's holding wires break. So, definitely, man, y'all make sure y'all take y'all time out and go save y'all dream, bro, because it's ugly once that fire starts.
Well, there's an old saying that voltage hurts and amperage kills. So voltage is that pop you get. So you like static charge, and you're walking in socks on the carpet, you grab something metal, you get that little shock.
Right.
That's 0 amperage, but a little bit of voltage. Or just a little bit of voltage. But you have a 240 amp alternator here.
Right.
1 amp, 1 solid amp can be fatal to people. What can it do to other electronic systems in a car?
Right.
So if you have crossed up wires, you have a bad ground, you have bad power sources, any of this stuff can really take its toll. And especially now, this isn't the old, carbureted double hump heads turbo 400 days. This stuff is, I'd be willing to bet even with the power you're making, this car probably gets 15 or 18 miles a gallon. It probably is pretty economical considering a car that would go this fast with a big block and a turbo 400 would get 4 miles a gallon. And that's where you give up some of the ease and simplicity, but you gain so much drivability. You could get in this car and drive to California.
Right.
So
with the new motor and everything, y'all. And it looked pretty neat up under there, y'all, actually, man. Besides them bars back there that I gotta get when I get my AC and stuff done. But other than that, man, gotta get them cars right, man. Get this stuff moved around, man, so y'all can.
See, like the harness that goes into the car right there. Yeah, it's
y'all did all of that too. I wanted to video that because I seen how he got it all up under there. Mm-hmm. He got all of that. What is it? What is it? How you call it? What is that? Insulation. He got that up under the car too, right?
Yeah, no, I seen it.
He got that. I don't know if y'all can see it back there, y'all. Even the wires with the trans and everything. He rewrapped everything so it won't be leaning and it won't ground up against nothing.
No,
because that's the problem I had before.
Yeah. But it's hot, gets in spots where, motor's moving. It's just, you need to keep it all out of the way. The clearance is important.
Right. So basically, y'all, like you said, we got to go see R&D for the rest. He did the wiring. That was a good step. And we, like you said, some clutches that had got burnt up. We got that out the way, and I got some wiring out the way. Them was 2 important steps. Now we got those down. Like you said, the only thing it could be now, because the trans computer is brand new, and the trans is rebuilt brand new. So the only thing it could be now is the computer.
Well, yeah, and that's what he'll be able to sort out once he puts the tune in it. And again, it's more a matter of just with the hardware I have. We don't do dyno tuning here. We don't do performance tuning here. Like I said,
I'd rather go back to them anyway because I got a warranty on it, and I don't want nobody else messing with it. And you know what I mean?
Well, and again, I don't, not to muddy the waters with the shops that we do work for. Like when the first time you were here, you asked, you guys just do transmissions. It's like, yeah, we'll do some other stuff too. We're all fully capable of doing wiring or doing suspension parts or stuff like that. But that's other places' bread and butter. And I like working with other shops, just like other shops like working with me. We all kind of spread it out, and something like tunes and everything else like that, I'll leave that to the guys that have been doing that for years.
Definitely.
Just like they're not going to start doing transmissions tomorrow.
That's why they send me to you.
Yeah.
They sent me you. Yeah, R&D Performance sent me to my boy, so they are working together. He got this part done. They gonna tackle the rest. And you have been talking to them about this, right?
Yep.
So they already know that I'm coming, y'all. So
They've
like
been warned.
Yeah, they've been warned already. So, like I said, he got his part done. We're going to go over to R&D. I'm going to drop it off to them. And they had to get on it anyway because my what was that, the fuel pressure? The fuel pressure was low. So it's been a long process, y'all, from the fire, man.
And I did address that with John, too, the fuel pressure. He asked what it was, and I said it was like 42. He said they'll take a look at it when it's there. So,
all right, cool.
Either way.
We all good, man. Make sure y'all hit Carl up at Redline Transmissions. Y'all see, he did my wiring. I want, like you said, we couldn't get it up on the lift. I wanted to show them the wiring you did up under there. But you sent me them pictures, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I got the pictures, man. Y'all gonna see the pictures at the end of the video. If y'all didn't get a chance to look at it all the way in the video, I'm gonna put them the wires that got messed up and him replacing them in the installation behind this video, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Hit like and subscribe to my channel. Don't be afraid to tell a friend, Sugar Man on that again. And definitely don't be afraid to hit my boy Carl up at Redline. As soon as my car running, y'all gonna see what type of work he do because y'all know Rah Talk 11 on the way, man. Gang. Somebody hate, it's a blessing how I take the hate and make the best of. You ain't hated till you thuggin' with a pocket full of money. All the kids lay all about bitches wanna fuck you. Let's talk about hate. How these niggas get when I'm smoking, put in their place. Every time I flip, I buy some new uploaded, I put in their face. They 24 hours, they waste that. Worry about me, what the fuck I be doing? My 24 hours, I take that. I need rubber bands and batteries, I'm jugging. Let's talk about how they be pocket watching. That's the reason I keep that pocket rocket. Yo, bitch wanna fuck you. you know about it. You ain't real, you acting like a hoe about it. I'm sorry to hear I be shitting on niggas while they in their feelings. I'm in my bag. As a matter of fact, I need a lot to get out this bag. 2 chains on that when I walk around. Switch on that glizzy, I walk it down. Soon as this and that happen, y'all talking now. Don't act stupid, fool, you know I keep it around. Whole lot of hundreds on me and 20. That loan for 20K. How long it take? The SBA loan, yeah, that's on the way. Now let's get paid. I told my plug in Cali I'm on the way. Give me 2 days. I'm coming in hot trying to bust a plate. I need them flavors. I'm down some bands, I'm trying to get it. So come on with it. Any foul play, we gon' stand on business. Put one in your fitted. Bitch, I'm lit up, then a motherfucker. Turned in the lobby. Who I be? Sugar man on that. But ask about Bobby. The Cater niggas shot with me. Memphis Grizzlies rock with me. They know me down in Miami. That yacht life, them jet skis. Hustlers fuck with me. You wanna double up, get in touch with me. Bad bitch gon' suck on me, record it cause I'm sucker free. Never killed a man before. Swear to God I tried to. One nigga I was gon' close casket, but I couldn't find dude. 80 West on the Willie, on that YZ 450. 815 bike like Lee. Let's crank it up. Who fucking with me? Gang shit, no lame shit. Old school's candy paint. Supercharged when I lane switch. Don't act dumb, you know what's up with me. Sugar man on that. Where my DJ scale at? Never mind that, it's a contract. Where them Zaza bills at? They like where you mail it at. I'm like where your runner at? Ford Dooley, hold 100. High, Marshall, fuck that.